Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in this episode, we'll talk about Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot 2023. So, to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for upcoming episodes. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. The Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot, EMPP, combines refugee resettlement and economic immigration. It's a pathway that 1. Helps skilled refugees immigrate to Canada through existing economic programs. 2. Gives employers access to a new pool of qualified candidates to fill job openings. Immigrate through the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot. How the pilot works. We created the EMPP to help skilled refugees immigrate to Canada through existing economic programs to support Canadian labour market needs. This is the second phase of the EMPP. In the first phase of this pilot, we learned that skilled refugees can qualify for permanent residence through our economic programs with some help. Starting December 3, 2021, EMPP Phase 2 will help settle up to 500 skilled refugees and their families. In Canada, the pilot combines refugee resettlement and economic immigration. Before you apply for the EMPP, you'll apply for one of these immigration programs. 1. Atlantic Immigration Program. 2. Provincial Nominee Program. 3. Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot. The support we provide overseas is tailored to refugees. The selection criteria, including the ability to settle independently in Canada, is assessed using economic immigration requirements. What the EMPP will do. The EMPP will help you apply to specific economic immigration programs by making it easier for you to be eligible for an economic immigration program. B. Complete and submit your application. C. Start your new life in Canada. Through this pilot, we will make it easier for you to apply and be eligible for the economic program you choose. B. Waive the application and biometric fees for you and any of your dependents, and C. Review and process your application in 6 months or less, in most cases. D. Cover the cost of your pre-departure medical services and medical exams through the Interim Federal Health Program. E. Let you use a loan to meet the financial requirements to support yourself and your family when you come to Canada. Your settlement funds give you access to the Immigration Loans Program, ILP, if your application is approved, to help with 1. Travel costs. 2. Some pre-arrival travel services from the International Organization for Migration that the ILP covers the fee for. 3. Some startup costs after you arrive in Canada, which is also available to other economic immigration applicants. For the right of permanent residence fee. 5. Let you access the Canadian Orientation Abroad program to help you integrate and settle in Canada. Immigrate through the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot. Who can apply? There are 2 sets of eligibility requirements you must meet to apply for the EMPP. 1. You must be a refugee. To prove this, you must be a convention or country of asylum refugee. We'll determine if you meet one of these definitions or one of our partners, Talent Lift, Talent Beyond Boundaries or Jumpstart Refugee Talent will give you a referral letter stating you do be outside Canada and your country of persecution. Have no durable solution in the country you're living in. Have one of these documents if you don't have a referral letter from one of our partners. A valid, positive refugee status determination, RSD from the UNHCR or a refugee hosting state. Proof you're an asylum seeker abroad, registered or recorded by the hosting state. Proof you're registered or recorded as a person of concern by the UNHCR, if you don't have a positive RSD yet. 2. Admissibility. You must be admissible to Canada. 3. You must be eligible for an economic immigration program. You must be eligible for one of the following economic immigration programs. Atlantic Immigration Program, AIP. Provincial Nominee Program, PNP. Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, RNIP. To qualify for one of these, you must have English or French skills, education or job training, and work experience, a job offer from a Canadian employer for full-time work. If you want to apply for AIP or RNIP, as part of the EMPP, you don't need to meet some eligibility requirements for these programs. You don't need to prove you work the number of hours asked for in the timeframes listed. Instead, you only need to show you work the same number of hours in general before you apply. You can apply for a loan to meet the requirement of having enough money to support yourself and your family when you come to Canada, your settlement funds. Immigrate through the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot. How to apply? You can apply for the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot, EMPP, on your own, or with help from a non-government partner. There are 7 partner organizations outside government that can help you. Connect to employers in Canada. Prepare for a job offer, then apply for the EMPP. Some partner organizations can issue a referral letter, which makes it faster and easier for you to apply. Other partner organizations can help you apply, but won't affect the documents you need to use. 1. If you use a partner that can issue a referral letter, they make sure you meet the definition of a refugee for the EMPP before you apply. You need fewer forms and documents for your application. You still need a job offer from a Canadian employer. Partners that can provide a referral letter include Talent Lift, Talent Beyond Boundaries, Jumpstart Refugee Talent. 2. If you use another partner or apply on your own, you have to submit proof of your current refugee situation with one of these: a valid, positive refugee status determination, RSD from the UNHCR or a refugee hosting state. Proof you're an asylum seeker abroad, registered or recorded by the hosting state. Proof you're registered or recorded as a person of concern by the UNHCR, if you don't have a positive RSD yet. You have to complete the Schedule 20 form. These other partners include Refuge Point, Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, Focus Humanitarian Assistance, International Rescue Committee. 3. Complete the applications. There are 2 applications you must complete for the EMPP. 1. Application for the Economic Immigration Program, Atlantic Immigration Program, Provincial Nominee Program, Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot. A second application for the EMPP. You must submit both applications together. There are now 2 ways you can apply. Online in the Permanent Residence Portal. If you choose to apply online, you'll complete and submit both online applications together. By email. If you choose to apply by email, you must complete all forms for both applications and follow the EMPP instructions to submit them together. Immigrate through the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot after you apply. Stage 1, we check that all required forms are included. In this phase, we'll review your application to make sure all of the required forms were signed and included. We won't be reviewing to make sure all supporting documents are also included. If all the required forms were signed and included, we'll email you or your representative an acknowledgement of receipt, AOR, that includes your application number. This confirms that we added your application to our system. If any forms are not signed or are missing, we'll email you or your representative to let you know that your application isn't complete, and the reasons why. We'll tell you if you can send us the missing documents, or if you need to resubmit your application. We won't add your application to our system and you won't receive an AOR. Stage 2, we review if you're eligible and admissible to Canada. If all your forms are signed and included, we'll begin processing your application. EMPP Eligibility. We'll review your application to see if you're eligible for the EMPP. First, we do this to make sure you can access the facilitation measures the EMPP offers for your immigration program application. You may need to attend an interview to provide more information. This also applies to any family members who will be coming with you to Canada. If we ask you to come for an interview, we'll tell you the date, time, location, and what documents to bring with you. You and your family members must give your fingerprints and photo biometrics at this interview. If you are eligible for the EMPP, we'll continue processing your application. If you aren't eligible for the EMPP, we'll let you know if you're still interested in immigrating to Canada. You can complete and submit a new application. You'll need to show how you are eligible for the program you choose to apply to, without the EMPP. Permanent residence eligibility. If you meet the EMPP requirements, we'll review your application to make sure you're eligible for the economic immigration program you applied to. If you are eligible for the program you applied to, we'll review your application to make sure you're admissible. Admissibility to Canada. Once we confirm you're eligible for the program, we'll review your application to make sure you're admissible to Canada. This means we'll check to make sure you pass a medical exam, security checks, criminality checks. At this point, you and any family members coming with you to Canada must complete immigration medical exams. Should only do your medical exams. When we ask you to complete your exams, we'll send you the following medical forms for you and any family members you include in your application. Instructions about finding a doctor in your area who is authorized to do immigration medical exams. Reasons your application could be delayed. Your application could be delayed if your contact information is missing or out of date. Your application is incomplete. The documents you send us are unclear or don't meet specifications. Don't have a certified English or French translation. There are any criminal or security problems, or we need to do more background checks. Your family situation isn't clear or has changed and you didn't let us know. This could include a divorce, an adoption that isn't complete, or child custody issues that haven't been resolved. The processing office has to contact other IRCC offices in or outside Canada to confirm the information you provided. You don't include your application number when you contact us. There are any issues getting an exit permit for the country you're living in. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next episode. Till then, take care.